Hello everyone, I am back. It's been a crazy holiday season. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. Just wanted to come on here and uh, talk about a couple of things. First of all, I'd like to just talk about end of the year wrap up kind of stuff because I wanted to do a post Christmas video, and then after Christmas and the whole bunch of crazy stuff with New Year, dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. You may notice we're in a different location. We're actually in my actual record room right now, the music room. So there's a lot of different things that are shifting around the house. So I thought I'd just take a little bit of time and sit in front of the camera and chit chat for a little bit. This one's going to be a little bit longer than a couple of my normal videos. And also I do apologize. I have not been feeling well, so finally carved out some time to film this. So what we're going to be talking about in this video is just what I got for Christmas, and the holidays type stuff. And then we are going to be answering the 2019 VC vinyl tag. So I don't know if this room might be a permanent fixture, but we'll see if everything sounds good and is looking good for this. So thought I'd just sit down for this one because there's quite a lot to talk about with the VC vinyl tag. So I wanted something that, a place that I could easily just grab things, and let's be honest, I'm not feeling the hottest right now as I'm filming this, so the easiest to grab the things, the better. So first I'd like to talk about all the wonderful, wonderful things I did get for Christmas, starting off with the small stuff. I got this CD set, Volbeat's Let's Boogie Live from Telia Parkin. Even though I am a vinyl collector, I still do enjoy CDs, and this set is amazing. This blew my expectations out of the water. It did come with a nice booklet. This was filmed in 2007, and I believe, if I read this correctly, they had 48,250 in the audience, and they were not only they were the first Danish band to completely sell out Copenhagen's Telia Parkin. And also, they were playing the biggest show by a domestic artist ever had in Denmark. So it was really a momentous occasion, and much like the Opeth, this sounds awesome. One of my close friends got this for me, and I have just been listening to it nonstop. There are the tracks for you, and nothing is cut out, to be honest. It is just the full show 100%. Unlike Let's Play 2 from Pearl Jam, although that was more of a condensed film, and even then you could still probably go and get the full show via their bootlegs. I got a 7-inch single, Paul McCartney's Band on the Run and Zoo Gang. This is a standard UK pressing, but it's my first pressing to have the insert in the middle. And essentially, for those who don't know, you don't need an adapter to actually play this. Just pop this right on the turntable, it plays just fine. This is 1973. Yes, and this is from the album Band on the Run. So, very excited to have that. The next couple I got from... So those two are from one friend. The next couple are from another friend. So the first one I got is... take it out of the package, is Amy Shark's Love Monster. This is standard black, but honestly, this album flew under the radar for me, and it does come with a nice lyrical inner sleeve. This album really kind of flew under the radar for me, and it has quickly become one of my favorites from the past year. And speaking of from the past year, I do have some big plans coming up, and I'll be talking about that at the end of the video, but keep that in mind. Again, Amy Shark Love Monster. The big song off of this would be Adore. This came out last year. I don't know what month. If I don't know the month off the top of my head, I'll just go ahead and put it in the video somewhere on screen. But that is a very good, kind of underrated in my opinion, pop album. It is pop, but it's more alt pop. And that's usually the stuff I dig. The next one is Diamantes, coming in hot. One of the best albums to come out from last year. Easily contender for Album of the Year. There's the track listing, if you can even read that. Diamante is what I would consider to be a little bit of hard rock, a little bit of, not metal, but I really consider it to be a mixture of Joan Jett meets Heart. And she does cover Crazy on You on this album. She's got a huge just rock and soul. Her album is pressed on blue, this really awesome blue. And you do get an awesome lyric sheet with a great picture of her. And it's awesome, a very, very awesome album. If you are a fan of Heart or if you're a fan of Joan Jett, I definitely think you will like this. The next one I'm going to show you is from my mom's boyfriend. And this is going to lead into another story that's going to be a little bit later in the video when I do talk about the vinyl tag. Sorry, I am just adjusting a few things off camera here. So, this is Evanescence's Lost Whispers. This was a Record Store Day exclusive with a whole bunch of B-sides. It came with a lyric sheet that's similar to the Fallen one that I have. This, I think, was originally in the box set. And this is just on standard blue. Not standard blue, but a blue vinyl. Blue see-through. I think this was released in the box set, and now it was readily available. Not readily available, but available on Record Store Day. So my mom's boyfriend got that, and the second half of what I got with this will be later in the video with the vinyl tag. So moving right along, I have a friend out in California, Ben. You might have seen him commenting in a couple of videos, talked about him giving me the Tonight Alive album. Not Tonight Alive, really the Spawn Again, the Tribute to Silverchair album. Really enjoyed listening to that overall, but he lives in California. He always talks about going to Amoeba Records, and I've watched a few other channels talking about Amoeba Records, and I've always wanted to go. So he decided to really spoil me this year. So not only did he actually shop at Amoeba Records for my gift. I know it's silly, it's just a bag, but it's from Amoeba Records, and he packaged it really well. He also got me an Amoeba sticker. And what's currently on my turntable now, this really awesome cork slip mat. And it's my current. Right now, I did have another one on there, but I really do like this. It makes it sound good. It offers less static, but I think maybe a rubber one might be like the one to go with. But this is my current one, and I think this is my favorite out of the ones I've had so far. Along with all of that, he got me 3 really awesome records. So, I'm a fan of Christmas albums, and one of the ones I had growing up was this one I'm about to show you. And my copy has been really beaten on to the point where I cannot actually listen to it anymore. So he decided he was going to get me this copy, and it is the Carpenter's Christmas Portrait. Standard black record, but really this is just a classic album for me, so I was glad that he decided to throw this in. This wasn't the piece de resistance, this wasn't the main thing that he had given me, but this was just a little nice add-on. He also got me the other Christmas album by the Carpenters, which is an old-fashioned Christmas, and there's the track listing on the back, and I did get to listen to both of these, and they do need to be cleaned up, but much, much better quality than what I had before. So I was very happy to actually have that. And there's one last thing I'd like to show you before I go ahead and do the vinyl tag, the main reason why we're here. Really, there's also like one other thing, but the other record he had gotten me is this one, and this is the Silver Sun Pickups Swoon. This is also the... show the inside here. Ooh, I forgot I kept the paper. This is also the 10 Bands One Cause pink pressing of it, and it's on like this really nice pink swirl, and I don't feel like taking it out red at the moment, so I'll have to show that another time. But really, this was one of the albums that I really wanted for a very long time. Glad to have it. Sounds awesome. I've been hearing Mixed Things About the 10 Bands, One Cause, Pink Records, and this is a welcome addition to the collection. Last thing I did want to briefly talk about is the concert that I went to months and months and months ago when I promised myself that I would actually film the concert diary. I got to see Godsmack, Red Sun Rising, and Shoutout all together. I picked up this really cool tour shirt, and this is from their album Thread. I don't have a physical copy of Thread just yet, but there was a significant rain delay. I actually got to go to the show for free. That's a long story I won't get into, but I'm very thankful that I got to go because Red Sun Rising, they always kill it for me, and they were just spectacular during their set. Shinedown, for some reason, they just wanted to shove everything to overdrive, so I really couldn't hear what they were saying until about halfway through the show. So that was really kind of a knock for me. And Godsmack just completely blew everybody out of the water. The second time was the charm for me for seeing them. And I saw them at a previous Lunatic Luau, and they were really good. So I was very, very glad to see that. So that wraps it up for what was the end of 2018, essentially, what I wanted to talk about. But now we have some questions to answer for the 2019 vinyl tag. So the VC vinyl tag is just 20 questions about your collection. I did it in 2018, so 2019, I noticed a couple of different ones from last time. So yeah, let's give my take on it. Yeah, so let's give my take on it. The first question is, what was the best find of 2018? Well, it's really 3. So I think I've talked about this story before on my channel, but I got to go to up to my friend who lives in Williamsburg, which is about an hour-ish away from me. Well, he's really a half hour out of Williamsburg, so question 1 is, what is the best find of 2018? So I think I've talked about this before. So a friend of mine who lives about an hour or so away from me in Yorktown, I went to go up and, just have a great game night. We played a whole bunch of long-form board games, just had a fun time with his friends. The next day, we stopped at this really huge antique mall, and I kind of wish that I did ask to film there, but I was running a little late on time, so next time I'm up there, I probably will film there. But overall, it was just a whole bunch of crazy things, and there were a couple of vendors that did have records there, so I just decided to thumb through, and I got 3 records that, one of them was just a genuine surprise that it was kind of in the back of my mind. I didn't think, like, oh, I should grab this. And then the other 2 were just kind of like, I finally needed to add these to my collection. So the 3 I'm going to show off are Pink Floyd's The Wall. And I don't really need to take this out of the package. Everybody knows pretty much what The Wall is. Pink Floyd's Metal. And there's the back. And Genesis, the album Invisible Touch by the band Genesis. I didn't want a plural of that. Mainly for Tonight, Land of Confusion and Invisible Touch. So this was the one that I didn't think I was going to get. Not because of any real reason. It's just because I kind of forgot about this album, and it's a shame because it's a really, really good album. So yeah, these 3 would be probably the best of 2018, and that's saying a lot because I did get a lot of good stuff for 2018. Question 2, shout out to other VC channels who deserve more viewers. Ron Haggerty is one, Tales from the Crate is another, and Dude 1973. So those are the 3 main ones off the top of my head. Vinyl Collector James is another one that I think should deserve more views. He doesn't post as often, but he was the one that kind of inspired my channel, so I always have to shout him out. Question 3, what holes are you looking to fill in your collection? Well, there's quite a few. Eagles definitely is one of them. I'm looking to finish my Styx collection. I do enjoy Styx. I have quite a few of their records. I'm looking actually at my collection right now. Let's see, I am missing all but one Chicago album, and I'll have the entire Terry Kath and Peter Cetera era. So that is the Greatest Hits Volume 2. I'm always looking for new stuff. I'm looking maybe for some more of the National, definitely some Steve Miller Band and some Stone Sour. I'm also maybe looking to do Soundgarden and Alice in Chains. So really, it's just kind of a mixture of those. But I would say main one would probably be Styx. Well, actually, Chicago, followed by Styx, Steve Miller, Eagles, and then it kind of just trickles down from there. A cheap album, number 4 is a cheap album that's really good, and I'm going to go with this one right here. I found this really in a thrift store bin, Herbie Hancock Manchild. Really just awesome, funky, awesome music. Not much more to say here, but I definitely would go with, and I checked Discogs too, so it's relatively cheap. Herbie Hancock's Manchild, this is a definitely good album to add if you want a cheap album and a really kind of funky, awesome album. The next question, question 5, your favorite side project album, or really side project in my case. And this is the only one I have on physical right now, but I'm looking to get the other ones, and this would go with my previous question with what holes am I looking to fill, and that's Stone Sour. I got this for Record Store Day, and it's awesome. This is a different mix. I'm probably going to pick up I want to just show the gatefold because I really love this band. I don't know if you can see. You're probably not going to see it, but up above me, like up this way, like right above my head, I do have a signed Stone Sour record. So really, they are a great, fun band. So I'm hoping to get more of their studio albums. The one thing I had signed was the Record Store Day release previous to this, which was the, what is it? I'm looking up here, Straight Out of Burbank. So glad I have this, but I'm looking for more. But that would be question 5. Favorite side project album. This one. All their albums are great, but this one I gravitate towards a lot, especially because it does have that song Bother on it. Okay, the next question, question 6. A song or album from an artist that is uncharacteristic of their catalog. This one was a little tough for me because even with something being uncharacteristic, I don't mind a band kind of branching out. But I was thinking about it, and I really decided on this, and it is Paramore's After Laughter. Everybody, when they heard this, was like, whoa, this is really different. This is what's going on with these guys. And really, I enjoy it. And it's one of their more honest records, in my opinion. So that would be my choice for that one. So the next question is, question 7, the last album you purchased. That would be Ozzy Osbourne's The Ultimate Sin. And this is a promo pressing. So earlier when I was talking about the Lost Whispers album, my mom's boyfriend got that for me while we were on a recent trip to my favorite record store. And I'm on first name basis with the owner. So I was talking to him, and one of the records I really wanted for Record Store Day was Emmett Otter. He didn't get it, which I was fine with because I got another album that I'm going to talk about in just a little bit. But he had recently gotten a brand new collection in, and he said, would you like to flick through it? You get first dibs. And there was a whole bunch of stuff there, some AC/DC that I saw that was like, wow, I had never seen this. But I was looking through, and I was kind of just trying to decide, and this popped up. Now, this album I have passed on and 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 passed on so many times, but I'm glad I got this. It sounds awesome. It's for the song Shot in the Dark, and I don't even know why I'm showing the track listing, because the track listing is so out of order on the back of this, but it was because of Shot in the Dark that I really wanted this. So yeah, this was for the last album I purchased. The next question is, okay, we're on question. So question 8, great album with a bad cover. That is going to be Korn's The Paradigm Shift. I don't know what is up with this cover, and I'll show the back. It is on a gatefold. I have not actually played this in a long time, so okay. I think this would have probably made a better cover, to be honest. The gatefold's pretty cool, but yeah, I don't get this cover, to be honest, but it is a very, very good album. When did this album come out? 2013. So it was well within when I was starting to collect, and yeah, back then I don't think I was buying too many new albums, but this was just when I was kind of basically starting out. So it has a lot of good memories to it, but yeah, I don't know, it's just me, but I don't get this cover, but it's a very good album, very good album. And the next one, we are on question 9, and that is a bad album with a good cover. Now, generally, I don't think of album as quote-unquote bad. I don't like to spend my money on bad albums, but there is one I don't listen to as much, and because it is on a picture disc, it kind of knocks it down a little bit. So I went with Five Finger Death Punch's Got Your Six, and this is the Record Store Day 2 LP picture disc release, and I really don't feel like taking it out because it is very hefty, but I mean, I like Five Finger Death Punch, but I mean, if I had to pick one album, it would probably be one of the earlier ones than this, but I mean, I'm glad I have it, but at the same time, it's just like, hey, really, the only ones I kind of like on here are Jekyll and Hyde and My Nemesis. Everything else is just kind of blah to me. And Five Finger Death Punch really has lost favor in my eyes. I don't know why, it's just, the sound just doesn't resonate with me anymore. But I'm glad I at least have this for now. And to be honest, I actually like this cover a little bit better than the release cover, just because it's got the foil on it. It is a little monochrome, so if you actually look at the picture discs, I would say this one's better. But yeah, I like this. This is one time where I actually like the cover better than the album. Moving right along, moving right along. Number 10, a blues album. I was looking through, I don't have that many blues albums. I actually have one. Blues Brothers, Fistful of Blues. If you don't know this album, shame on you. Great, great movie. Great, great album. Soul Man, Messing with the Kid, Hey Bartender, Almost, Rubber Biscuit, Shotgun Blues, Groove Me, I don't know. Just classic. And yes, I know these are covers. Yes, I know, but there's still musicianship on this, and this is still a very, very fun album. Next, number 11, an earworm song. This one, to me, took the longest to pick from, but I had to go with Men at Work, Down Under, or Who Can It Be Now? I actually got this brand new out of the dollar bin, so to be honest, it's great. I don't think I paid, no, this is definitely not the cover for it. But very, very good. Actually, I did think I paid that much for it, $4, but worth it. How much I paid or not, this is a great, great earworm song. It didn't say whether it was an actual bad or good earworm song. It's just an earworm song. Keeping it rolling, keeping it rolling. Number 12, a historically important artist, Prince. Easy. This is for you. This was the reissue, one of the first reissue in the reissue campaigns. So it says produced, arranged, composed, and performed by Prince. So very early on in his career, very underrated album in my opinion. And really, it just shows his musicianship. And that to me, he's very significant in so many different things. And I could have easily went with Bowie. I could have easily went with Michael Jackson, but for me, Prince was one of the big ones. And I almost went with Chris Cornell and Soundgarden, but I really, knee-jerk reaction was Prince. Keeping it rolling right along, number 13, an album you own because your parents. This one was another easy one. This is Billy Joel's The Stranger, and this is actually my dad's pressing. This was one of his favorite albums. We played this a lot when he was alive. Billy Joel is one of my favorite artists. It actually has pretty much every single song I love by him. Moving Out, Anthony's songs, probably my favorite. The Stranger, Just the Way You Are, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. Vienna, very good song. Only the Good Die Young, She's Always a Woman. Get It Right the First Time, Everybody Has a Dream. Really, this is one of my perfect 10 out of 10 albums. So there's not too much more to say here. And to be honest, it was really tough this year. So I'm getting to reconnect with my dad a little bit, even if it's just for like a couple of minutes or so in a video. That really means something to me. So yeah, it's Billy Joel's The Stranger. Moving right along, number 14, best dollar bin find. This was really tough for me, but just because of eclecticness alone, I went with my Japanese pressing of Rubber Soul. It did not have the obi strip, but it is, I don't know if you can see that, it is colored. Now, it's not the best pressing of Rubber Soul from Japan, but for me, it's the best because of the wow value, the crazy value, and really just the talking point value of it. And I also got it for free. And the reason I have it for free is because there was a thrift store that was having a whatever you buy, you get one free record. So I happened to buy at least like 5 records. I also got my Grateful Dead live 77. I think it's 77 Europe. One of the live Grateful Deads that's readily available to along with that. So I'm not gonna bore you too much, but yeah, that to me would be the best rubber band find. This is my original pressing, so I keep them together just because it's a little easier. Keeping it going. Number 15, favorite double album. Ooh, that's really tough because I have a lot of favorites. But if I had to pick a gun to my head right now, it would be Volbeat's Outlaw Gentlemen and Shady Ladies. This is an album that is significant to me in my life. So, very, very good metal album. And you can tell I like Volbeat because I got that for Christmas, the live album. This is not their most recent effort. Their most recent effort is Seal the Deal and Let's Boogie. I know they are working on another album, so except for this, it was between this and Within Temptation's Hydra. And Within Temptation is coming out with a new album too that I'm very excited about. Keeping it moving along. And now we learned about from the VC in the last year, it would be this one, Judas Priest Rock'n'Rolla. This is the Record Store Day press, and I've talked about this before, so I'm just going to keep moving right along. Let's see, a 10-inch record, Fall Out Boy's Save Rock and Roll. This is a double album. Not much more to say here. This was probably, in my opinion, one of their last very good albums. And I didn't like the one after this, and I didn't like Mania that much, if I'm being completely honest. So, yeah, that's the one I picked. I have a few of them, but that was the one I mainly thought of. A 7-inch record, Lake Street Dives, What I'm Doing Here, and Wedding Bands. One of the Record Store Day pieces that got away from me, and I'm finally glad to have it. Number 19, favorite album to fall asleep to. I don't fall asleep to albums too much because I have a manual turntable. I don't know what the style is, just sitting there forever and spinning and grinding into the grooves, but if I had to pick one, it would be Sean Hersey Scott, One Night in Vienna. And for any long-time viewers or people who've been here and watched my videos for a long time, thank you, first of all. But I will have talked this one to death. This is my favorite rainy day record. It's one of the most calming records I have in my collection, and whenever I'm just in the mood for some calming music, I pop this one on. And the final question is, favorite VC experience or advice for people contemplating making videos? I'm going to go with the contemplating making videos piece. So, really, you don't have to be super professional. All I do is, to be completely honest, I'm sitting here in a record room. I have some studio lights, but that's because I also do photography from time to time. You don't need any of that fancy stuff. Sometimes I'll use my microphone, my nice microphone that I use for my podcasts, but you don't necessarily need to have that. Really, if you just have a phone and a way or even an iPad or some way to film, and you just have a way to set it up so it points the camera at you, you really can make a very simple video, and not much effort needs to go into it. Yeah, I mean, I use editing software because I've used that in the past. So it really just depends on your level and abilities. You don't need to do too much. Really, it's just sitting behind the camera talking about music and having fun with it, to be completely honest. I'll tell you right now, I have my phone set up with the end of a selfie stick because that's perfectly able to be fit on a tripod. So all I have is my tripod at the end that holds my phone, and that's it. That's how I film my videos. So you don't need to have a high-end... you don't need to have any high-end anything really to do these videos. If you want to, great. If not, you don't necessarily need to have that. Just find a corner that you feel would be photogenic enough for you. Just sit behind the camera and talk about music. That would be my best advice. So that about wraps it up for this video. That was the Vinyl Tag 2019 and just my wrap up for the year. Thank you so very much for watching. And I do have an announcement. On January the 19th, I am going to be having my very first live stream awards. They're going to be called my Cannonball Awards. I don't have a time set as of right now on the filming of this video, but I will keep you updated on my Twitter. If you don't follow my Twitter, it's in the link in the description below. I will keep you up. I will probably be posting one more video in the interim as the announcement video and the time. So it will be right here on YouTube. Stream live. You can come in, come chat, come hang out, and we'll talk about the great music that came out from last year, both the physical releases that I got and some of the digital stuff that I listened to. Really, this past year was really great for music, if I'm going to be completely honest. And this year looks pretty good, but it wasn't as good as last year so far. So I will keep you updated on that. I'm very excited. There's a lot of hard work that's going in. Thank you so very much for watching. I'm back. It's 2019. I am planning on making a few more videos. I actually might make a few more in here. This space feels a little more conducive to what I'm looking for. So you might see me standing up in the other room. You might see me in here. I don't know. But yeah, that's about it for right now. So thank you again so very much for watching. Follow me, follow my social media in the description below. That's how you can keep up with me, and really, so I can let you know what's going on. I'll keep you updated with posts about when my videos are going to be going up. And also, I will have a link to my Discord down below. Discord's a great place to hang out and chit-chat, so come chat with me and all my friends on there. And until then, thank you so much again for watching. And as I always say at the end of every video, if the waters get rough, please, please keep on sailing. Even if you feel nobody else believes in you, I believe in you. And I will see you next time.